Hi everybody, Thrifty Picker here. Just wanted to talk to you today about some more picking ideas that I've got. And as you know from my last video, I do a lot of picking at thrift shops and stuff like that. You can go to pawn shops, you can go to flea markets. My personal preference is the thrift shops, basically because it seems like most of your pawn shops and flea markets seem to know the value of what they have, unless it's an outdoor vendor. Now, I've worked the flea market circuit for years, for a long time, so I learned a few things, things that I've noticed over those years, that if you want a good deal, your best deal is the outside vendors, and not the ones that are there every week, you know, because they know what they have. It's the ones that are cleaning, and you can spot them. In my opinion, what I've learned, the flea market vendors that are there every week, they have the tables, or they have custom-made sawhorse stands and have their stuff all laid out all nice and neat and organized, and price tags, and even though they're outdoors, they've still taken that time to do their homework on the items that they have. Now, you still can find some good deals with those type of outdoor vendors, but the ones that I look for are the ones that just throw blankets on the ground, or even just scatter boxes on the ground with stuff in it, excuse me, and they tell you to go through it. Those are the ones that are just cleaning out their basements or their garages, or their attics, just trying to unload some stuff for whatever they can get out of it. To me, that's where you're going to find your best deals, because my personal collection, I collect Breyer horses. So I go to this table and I see that this guy has them for, I don't know, this one he's got marked for 25, this one he's got marked for 50 or whatever. So I know that even though he's an outdoor vendor, he's done his homework on what he has. So I kind of bypass that. Even though I love the Breyer horses, I don't normally pay that much for them. I go looking for the ones that are just unloading them. They don't know what they have, and you know, I get them for my own personal collection. So I'm trying to find the best deal out there possible. So I've looked at these. They're 25, 35, 50 some odd dollars, and I go a few spaces down, and there's another Breyer horse. He wants $3 for it. Which one do you think I'm going to get? And I'm going to get the $3 one, of course, because. And I look around to see what else they have, and I'm like, and I even strike a conversation. You guys set up here every week, and when they say no, this is our first time, or every once in a while, then you know that they're just trying to downsize what they have at their home. So those are the kind of places, those are the kind of vendors that you want to look for at the flea markets, and those are the ones that I can spot them. Like I said, I've been in and out of the flea market circuit probably for 15 years, give or take. So as far as that goes, I know a little bit about what I'm talking about there. But something else, you know, if you're like, I'm in Ohio, so it's kind of cold and rainy and snowy off and on. We've had some good weather, exceptionally strange good weather for this time of year. But when you run into those very cold days, when, you know, especially on the weekends in the flea markets, there's not much out there to pick over, or you've done your thrift shopping for the week, and you're still trying to find stuff to sell to make a few dollars off of eBay or Craigslist or whatever. Something that I've started doing is I've gotten with my family and friends, and I've kind of worked out a deal where. And in fact, a very good friend of mine gave me this idea. He has a conglomeration of stuff, shall we say, and on where he lives, and he has it set up like a little flea market down in one of the rooms where he lives. So he told me that I can have everything in there for half of whatever I sell it for. So kind of got me thinking I could do this for others, other people. So that's something, another avenue that you can look at. And yesterday, my son he gave me a few things to sell for him because I talked to him about it. He's out on his own for the first time, and he's needing a little extra cash. So I talked to him about it, and he gave me an Xbox, one of the older Xboxes. They're going for like $30 or more. They give me some old models. We talked about them in my last video, how people buy them up. And some old Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which I know they're valuable. Some of them, they're actually the original Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They're not the fake Japanese, Chinese reprints. These are actual ones that he had when he was a young child. So I know those have value. I just got to find the right person to buy them. Also, my sister and I today spent a good majority of the day going through stuff in her crawl space, which I've got. Almost the back part of my truck was full. I've got old records and 45s. I've got 8-tracks, fishing stuff, hunting stuff, just all kinds of different stuff that I know is going to sell. It's going to make her a couple dollars. And what I'll do is I'll just take off a percentage to cover my fees and put a little extra in. But the majority of it goes to her because it's her stuff. So, that's another way to make some extra money. And you never know, if you say I'll take 5% or 10%, some people take 50%. Now the one guy, a friend of mine, I'm going to take 50% because there's a lot of stuff to try to move. And it's going to take a lot of work because I have to go all the way there, load up, come all the way back, categorize, all that stuff. So yeah, that's going to take a little extra time. So, I'll do the 50-50. But with my sister, it's just small stuff, no big deal. A lot of it I already know what it's worth, so I already know what to put it on at. And it's to help her out. So, but that's just an idea that you can use if you're just getting into being a picker. And something else I wanted to mention, as far as I know, my last video I talked about being a picker and how I'm very passionate about that. That's not the only thing I'm passionate about. And if you recognize me, it's because I'm also a paranormal investigator, and I have, a large team based here in Ohio. We're the Ohio Ghost Hunters Association. We're known as TOGA. So if you recognize me, it's because of that. But this is what I like to do. When I'm not ghost hunting, I'm picking. I'm trying to make some extra money. So I actually have several hobbies, also geocaching and stuff like that. But as far as picking goes, this is something that I really love to do, and I decided to get back into it because it's and use that and eBay together and make some extra money. You don't make a bunch at it. Let's just say you make whatever you apply yourself. So if you want $1 million, then you're going to have to put in 150% in order every day, every single day, to get there. Me, I like to have a little extra spending cash for, just whatever. But I really like it because it's also educational because, you get into the old vintage stuff and, a lot of people don't know that stuff sells. Secondhand stuff, that market is climbing, especially people who are getting back into the retro decorating side of things and, they're looking for these old vintage pieces. So, and another good thing, I've got some albums here that my sister had. A lot of people collect just the album cover for artwork. They want to put that in a frame and put it on the wall. So, there's money to be made in people's basements and their attics. If you go to estate sales, you're going to find some good deals. So, you just got to get out there and apply yourself in order to make it work. The money's not going to come in itself. It's not easy. Because right now I've got a mess of stuff to go through. I have to look through it, research it, and I've got a couple different family members' stuff here, so I have to separate it and make sure that this person that money goes to that person. But that's just another way to make you some extra cash, and I thought I'd share that with you today, especially for those that are, I've been part of the flea market, the pickers, whatever you want to call it. I've been a picker probably all my life. I've always bought and sold things. Started when I was young, when I bought old bicycles, fixed them up, repainted them, and resold them. I've always been into that, ever since I was young. I was probably 10 years old. My friends and I used to buy old lawnmowers, and my dad and myself and our friends would fix them up and put them out and sell them for $20. So I've always been into that picking and making a dollar type thing. So I thought I'd use that experience to help you out, and hopefully I can be of help to somebody. I'm going to try to do a couple videos like this every chance I get. You know, at least once a week, maybe a couple a week. But so hopefully, what little bit of information I can give you helps out. So this has been real. I'm the Thrifty Picker. I'm also one of the Toga members. So anyway, Thrifty Picker. Have a good day. Keep on picking.
I've been up and down, sideways, crossways, outside in and inside out.